Hey, you're back in the garage with TheEZGZ. Today's project, I may not get out of the introduction. We're going to pull the engine and change the clutch. In the little 1776, I've got, it's not a Kennedy, but it's a killer clutch. And I'm getting tired of holding it in. And I use this to run to the grocery store, go to yoga classes, short trips. This is my summer car. Little short trips. I hate taking it on long drives because the weather changes and I haven't even been able to get some miles on it. I did get these 31 by 9.5s. I found some guys that put them on these 10-inch rims. God, I was going to try to get with one of my buddies and I just haven't been able to connect up with him. My fault. He gave me his phone number and I just haven't done it. Okay. Literally minutes later, I've got this thing on the ground, only because I've done it so many times. This clutch looks good. You can see it is a little bit different shape. This is an old school heavy duty pressure plate. It's a diaphragm clutch. You can see how long the fingers are here on this Sachs, and look at the diaphragm on this. I mean, this, I don't know what this is rated at, but it's as hard, if not harder, to push in than that Kennedy. Now, this is a solid disc. I wish I had another spring disc to put in there. I probably should have bought one, but I didn't. So we're just going to go ahead and put the new one on here. I'm going to get a rag and spray some brake cleaner on here. It may have some something on the surface of that. Well, heck, I can just let you watch. Clean paper towel. This will just keep it from chattering and getting grabby. And the paper towel is even sticking to that. I probably should have gotten a new disc, but I'm just like you guys. I do stuff on the cheap. Farther. Kind of hard to push in. I don't like using power tools for some jobs. You know, lug nuts on wheels, things like that. I don't mind, but it does not. Here's what I'm looking at, guys. It's not touching the inside of the flywheel. I like to have it a little snugger fit right here, and I'm seeing a space. Now I'm going to go ahead and torque it down to the 18 pounds. Got my flywheel lock on here. We'll go on a crisscross pattern. Always amazed me the abuse these things take. So that's it. And now I've got my fresh little pressure plate, and hopefully it'll be easier to push in. So really hard to put your engine back in the transmission when your flywheel locks on the way. And you know, one of the most common things that I always struggle with, that I forget from time to time, is the fact that sometimes I'll forget to loosen the throttle cable, and I'll be pulling the motor back, and it's like, okay, what's it hung up on? What's it hung up on? And that darn throttle cable's in there. So, yeah, we'll put this back on the 2110. You know, I probably used that disc on the 2110 too. But that's all I got right now, and I want to make short work of this, and it wasn't that big of a deal to change. So that's... You know, it just doesn't seem like I am able to get any miles on this darn Tub Buggy. I went to yoga class at noon, it's like 2 in the afternoon, and here we go with the cloud routine. Thunderheads building everywhere. I suppose it's better in some parts of the country, but this stuff, these skies were not even cloudy when I went to yoga, and now I got the time to ride, mowed the lawn, got a reward for myself, and it looks like I might have to put the kibosh on it, but ha! Made it back home just in time. Just got a few drops. Just enough to mess things up. You know how that goes. But I still haven't turned my sprinkler system on, and here it is, first week in June. Pretty amazing. Okay, my friends, today's the day. We are going to put some miles on this car one way or the other. It is just, the weather's not been cooperating. I am usually busy in the mornings and have a yoga class in the morning or midday, and by the time the afternoon comes, look at the sky. Just blue sky is all you can see. But by the afternoon, the mountains are just covered with storm clouds, and I was just dodging the rain all day yesterday. So it's early, it's a little chilly. I've got some things in the car. I'm gonna just drive up to Estes Park and have some breakfast, and we'll top off the gas up there, because unlike some tourist towns like Moab, where they just rape you at the gas station, Estes Park usually has gas a little bit less expensive. They're trying to get people to come up there. They have a pretty good crowd in town, but I've got the bigger tires mounted on the rims, of course. It's been that way for a while. Been wanting to try it out. Took a little steel wool and cleaned them up. So they're got these sharp corners on them, and haven't really put them to the test. I seem to be having a problem with this right rear brake dragging, but it's not getting real hot. These things are just single pot calipers, and they're the MP disc brake kits. They're like 11 pounds heavier than stock. I took some time and I dug most of the rocks out of the tires so that I'm not going to be flinging stuff up against. And this thing cruises very comfortably at 50 miles an hour. There's not too bad a tire noise, but it does start getting noisy in there. And but we're gonna at least put 100 on it, if nothing else. I'm sure of that. So I want to go up and see if Trail Ridge Road is open. I think that'd be exciting to go down those. I've seen it in the past this time of year. They have snow packed so high where they cut through it with a blade. So let's go. got some good news and I got some bad news. Trail Ridge Road is closed, so we can't do that. But the good news for me is I'm up here at Sprague Lake again. If I come up, I'm gonna at least walk around Sprague Lake if I can find a parking spot. And seeing as how it's during the week and it's about 9:30 in the morning, yeah, bunch of folks just enjoying the day. Clouds are starting to form up, and that's just the way it is in the mountains. I got a jacket on. It's 46 degrees, but as long as the wind's not blowing, the sun's shining, I could have probably left my coat back at the car. Having breakfast, then it won't go down. I was just thinking to myself, I'm kind of getting a little bit out of breath, and I definitely should have left this coat in the car. But at this altitude, and if I live up here at 5,000 feet, but just, 3,000 foot difference will get you out of breath. I have a leaky heart valve, so that kind of accelerates that for me. But yeah, I think we'll just drive on through the park and see what else we can see. Chilly up here, and the road is closed, but we went up as far as we could, eh? Devil's Dune. Okay guys, it's been a wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed the ride. I just am back where I started from, close to home at the local gas station. I'm at the same pump, filling up with the same hose, did everything the same, and my mileage came out to 29.97 for a 110 mile trip, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Yeah, car ran okay. I froze my hiney off. Glad I didn't. Glad I did wear my insulated long pants. Now it's afternoon. I've missed my yoga class, and I think I'm going to go home, have myself a grapefruit, and hop on the fat tire bike and try to do the 26-mile loop around town. It's not, the weather looks like I might not even get rained on. So here we go. I got my ride and get up on. I got my padded shorts and got the fat tire bike. I always carry a long sleeve sweatshirt just because this crazy weather. This will be probably two and a half hour ride to do the 26-mile loop. Much of it is very nice. It's along the Big Thompson River and some real pretty places. Looks like I better fill up my water bottle too. I got my little earbud in here, got some tunes playing, and got to get my hat too. Get my hat. If I fall down, oh well, I guess, you know, I'm not a safety Sally, or I wouldn't be driving this kind of contraption all over. So anyhow, if you got any interest in seeing the bike ride path that I take, maybe I'll take the camera along one of these times. And the river's pretty, the leaves are on the trees, and I'm looking forward to it. And I wear this for two reasons: to keep the sun off my neck, and sometimes the bugs are so thick along the river, the hatches and stuff, that I'll get to inhaling those darn things. So I put it up as kind of a bug filter. And pretty soon we're going to start getting all the pollen and cottonwood that flies around. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing. TheEZGZ out.